Okay. Okay. Fuck. Fuck me. Alright. By the way, Chad, sorry for the delay. Also, if it sounds like I'm really fucking stressed, it's because I am stressed. We literally just fucking completed this PowerPoint, like, right fucking now. We just completed this PowerPoint. Fuck me. I did not expect Year 4 to be full of so much shit. Holy
Oh yeah!
Holy shit! I literally thought like this whole time I literally thought Year 4 of Bionicle was just okay. So there was some stuff with like a plant, and then Legends of Metro Nui, and then we're on the island. But then Nick's like, oh no, there was a bunch more shit that happened even after Legends of Metro Nui. I was like, what? This is still Year 4? This is still Year 4. It's like, what the hell?
I even double checked to see if this was still Year 4.
Oh my goodness. Greg, what the hell, Greg? Greg, I know you like Bionicle. I do too, don't get me wrong, Greg, but I literally was not expecting Year 4 to be packed with so much content. That, to the point that, again, we literally just now completed this PowerPoint for today's stream because, so again, I'm sorry, Chad, if I come off like really stressed, because I am. Because I just fucking completed this PowerPoint. Like, holy shit.
Also, I was supposed to take like some sort of placement test at some point today, but I had to skip out.
Oh, well, you fucking skipped out like an important test for
It's not too important. I could do it tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Like, no offense, Nick, but like, if I didn't know about this test, I would literally have gone, oh shit, why didn't you tell me? Now I feel I could delay it to like tomorrow, but like okay.
If I would have told you, no, don't.
But like, oh my, hey, Ninjato, dude, you sound fucking exhausted.
I am so, I am literally in a case where I'm too angry to sleep, and I want to sleep, and I've been angry for most of this afternoon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm in an awful situation. Okay, so first off, I was trying to paint miniatures, right? And guess what? It was a disaster.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
And then the constant delays, I was, and then there's some other stuff that's more related to you guys, but I don't want to do it on stream.
I'm sorry.
And this.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm in a, and basically I wanted to sleep because still got work tomorrow.
Well, I mean, if I knew about the mood you were in, I would have just said it's all right. You could, you don't have to join us for tonight. I would have, it could have just been me and Nick, and maybe not. But like, if I knew about, your current mood, I would have said, oh no, it's understandable. Take the night off.
Even if I took the night off, I tried to. I couldn't sleep. I am so livid that I can't sleep. That is the worst.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry, man.
Look.
I really do feel bad though, actually.
It's stuff that
I'm not gonna lie.
I
feel bad. If I really didn't know, I would have just said it's fine. Take the night off. I didn't know, man.
Just don't worry. We can just continue. Let's just laugh a lot.
Do you want grab a soda or something to at least get some caffeine in you?
Yeah, I will. Don't worry. I can grab some caffeine.
Yeah, we'll start get back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in my room.
All right. Oh, Neppy Cross is here. This is Spectre L's art, huh? I wonder if this guy makes any art.
Okay. So my first question.
Oh shit!
So
Does
my
this guy
first
make
question-
fucking? Wait! I'm sorry. I follow this guy on Twitter. Does Neppy? Does this guy make like porn?
What?
Cause the big thumbnail I have showing here is from an artist on Twitter I follow. But like, I was like, oh hey, I was on Twitter one day. I was like, hey, this is some cool Bionicle art. You know, I like this depiction of Toa Metro. I'll use it. And then it's like, I'll follow this guy on Twitter. But now apparently I'm learning that apparently this guy does porn or something? I don't know. I literally just learned this now.
Wanua does have thicker thighs than Nokama.
As it should be. Never showed this dude's new ground on...
I thought Willow was forgettable.
No, he does some cool stuff.
So I don't know if I told you this, Ninjato, but like you could see it. I think it's the 101 back room or some shit. It's somewhere. I posted a meme where I was like, Xeno Nick on Wanua. Perhaps like
too harshly.
Because I'm reading about Wanua as a Toa. Okay, yeah, he's actually really neat.
Okay. And by the way, are we doing the in character?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little. Wait, you want me to give you a little Takua mask?
Hold on. I mean, you can because I forgot. Oh shit! I gotta get my my avatar.
Well, I mean, it's not gonna show on stream because I'm using our PNG avatar for
right.
like, when we normal stream here. I'll just.
All right, I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to get it right now.
Here I got. Here we go. I slapped on
plus, I'm still as Xeno Takua, Nick.
Here, I slapped on a Takua mask on you. Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Now the lecture can begin. For we have.
Okay. Time to be the students' archetypes.
All right.
All right.
I'm sorry, Neppy says. I'm sorry, Neppy says this guy made 2 yet NSFW art last week. I did not know that. I legitimately just went on Twitter's. Look, Neppy, I'm gonna say it one more time. I literally went on Twitter. I looked at this guy's like. I stumbled upon this tweet with this Toa Metro art. I was like, whoa, this is really cool art. I like this depiction of Toa Metro. I even scrolled through all his Twitter feed. This guy's Twitter feed. I was like, huh. This guy does pretty cool Toa art. I kind of like it. I didn't, but then you're telling me, oh yeah, apparently on Newgrounds he's just doing Bionicle Rule 34. I did not know that. So that's the thing.
Is his art good?
His art? You're looking at it right now.
No, this is not safe for work stuff.
I don't know. I'm not looking up Bionicle porn. if I wanted to feel horny, I'd just look up normal porn. And even then, I don't do that. So, anyways, all right. Look, I may not be innocent, but I'm not that degenerate. Okay. Anyways. Professor Takua Nick, since we have just now completed this PowerPoint, shall we go through year 4?
Give me one moment.
Are you looking up this fucking porn art?
I just fucking. I didn't. It's fucking right there.
What do you mean it's right there? Wait, what do you mean? Hold on. Let me look up on Twitter right now. What do you mean it's right there? I literally searched for all this stuff. I didn't see anything NSFW related. I'm so confused right now. Okay, I'm on my phone right now. I'm literally looking at this stuff. I'm on his Twitter. I don't see anything. I don't see anything that would be not safe for work.
I guess I just searched Spectral and that's what came up.
What? Oh god. Oh no. Okay.
Let's just move on.
Hold on. Spectre. Hell.
Alright, Professor. Okay, so.
I'm with Ninja. Let's move on.
Alright. So, Professor, I was assigned to watch the movie based on Year 4. How much does the movie cover on
1/3
the events? What?
1/3.
1/3.
Apparently I found out literally today as we just now finished this PowerPoint. Yeah, the movie didn't cover shit.
1/3?
1/3.
At the very most, at least almost one half.
So
almost one half.
So the movie actually covers like the most important bits.
Oh,
like
so
the ones
basically...
the ones that are narratively necessary.
So there's a bunch of stuff in between.
Yeah.
Ninja, think of it this way: the Bionicle movies are pretty much like the equivalent, like Gundam compilation movies. Like they take they compilate a bunch of episodes, but sometimes they take some stuff out, have a better flowing movie. So yeah.
So how long was Newtwo, Onawa, and Widowa stuck in a dungeon then?
Not that long.
Really? Yeah, not that long.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So last time on Bionicle 101, Makama fucking lied to us.
As you do.
So. So it's like so he mostly withheld the complete truth from everyone because there are pieces that are real, like everyone worships Manui and all that, but apparently they weren't always on the damn island, because apparently he's not, because not only were there Toa before the Toa Nuva. Hopefully they're better than what we got at the moment. But Makama isn't even from Matanui. He has another island home.
Dun dun dun.
So it turns out everyone's from another island. That's right. Matanui wasn't even the original island. I love what you wrote. What the hell, Makama? You chose now to tell us?
Yes.
Okay, why? Because the island Matanui is no more, and we might as well tell you about where we're going.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not. What was that?
Because he, state, managing Elvis Presley.
Alright.
So let me get this straight. Continuity is basically dead at this point.
No,
no.
The island, I mean, the island. That's what I
the
meant.
Roxy kind of fucked over the island.
Yeah, Ninja, the movie didn't really showcase exactly what damage the Roxy did.
They can't exactly pick up their villages anymore.
The villages are destroyed, Nick. I mean, Ninjato. I'm sorry.
Man, it seems like this franchise. It seems like the common theme in this franchise is that they're moving from place to place because their homes keeps on getting destroyed.
We'll get to that later, much later.
So where are they going? So you know how these cyborg robotic creatures are living on this organic island, and it's almost like they don't really belong there? Well, it's time to explain how they got there in the first place. Lego needed to kind of explain like where these islanders came from. Hell, where a lot of the things in Bionicle came from, like like the freaking Kanohi as well.
So it's time to pull up the Star Wars prequels treatment and do a prequel.
Yes, but we'll get to that.
So it's time to explain the origins. Well, some of it. Welcome to Metru Nui.
Do you have what it takes to be a hero?
Metru Nui, the city of legends, considered a technological paradise. Makes you wonder why they had to leave. And Metru Nui sounds like a wonderful place. Ottawa. Metru Nui sounds like a wonderful place. Why did we? Vakama's telling the story. Ottawa. Metru Nui sounds like a wonderful place. Why did we ever leave? All right, everything. It makes you wonder why no one except for Kama, that sneaky bitch, and maybe the other Traga, those sneaky bitches, remember this place. With the island of Manui uninhabitable, thanks Rakshi, a-holes, the Metru moved back to the original home, having to leave and while preparing to and sailing to this new island, well, old island or whatever, Vakama tells them the story.
Because says might be worth it to mention what direction they had to go to get to this island. Unless that's
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Vakama goes, you see, the Toas are not the first screw-ups.
Well, we'll get to that. There's a... Well, let's just say... isn't it... Well, Ninjala, I'm just gonna say it right now. Wait, Chelsea, why'd you enable slow mode in the chat? Hey, Chelsea, what's going on here? How come we're on slow mode? What's happening, Chelsea? I don't know. Chelsea, you good? Nepicross typed too fast? That's no reason to put it on slow mode. Don't worry about it, Chelsea. Let him type fast. Some people just type fast. Don't worry. I'm trying my best to read the chat, anime guy, while at the same time letting Nick explain the rabbit hole that is Bionicle. Okay, so
for 1,000+ years of context, to understand the story, you just need to know some context. Metru Nui is right underneath the island of Manui, surrounded by a sea of liquid protodermis. It has an artificial sky with 2 suns. They remember how they had to go underground to fight Makuta? Well, the Makuta's lair also acts as an entryway to Metru Nui. So Manui happens to be on top of Metru Nui for some reason. Why is that? Well, we don't know. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. That's for much later. But we're not gonna talk about that today.
Metru Nui is divided into 6 districts. Ta Metru, where Kanoka, Kanohi, and basically everything is basically forged from molten protodermis. Ga Metru, where a lot of like the liquid protodermis is refined, and where teachers basically go and basically teach Matoran about philosophy production, basically explaining what the fuck to do in this what the fuck to do. Lee Metru is where they test out vehicles and where the chute system is placed. And the chute system is like this essentially a monorail made of essentially the transit system that allows people to send goods from across the city as well as themselves.
Oh, hey, Brett's in the chat.
Brett! for it!
Also, Enemy Guy says sounds like a 1984 allegory waiting to happen. We'll get to that. But even then, I don't know what you're talking about. Metro Nui looks like a wonderful place.
Yeah, Metro Nui, for all purposes, is a technological marvel. Co-Metro is where the knowledge towers are placed. Where scholars and philosophers basically read out the stars, basically try to predict like the future. You know, like essentially advanced weatherman. That.
They're weathermen disguising themselves as college professors.
Essentially, Po-Metro is where Po-Metro is where it's the industrial center where construction and like where essentially like where the structures are built.
All right.
And then Onu Metro is the home of the archives, which is home to a sample of each known Rahi, and is also home to special artifacts.
And also the memory hole.
Yeah, sure.
At the center of the city is the Great Colosseum, where essentially it's the central hub of Metro Nui, where great like games like Akalini is held, and essentially is like the gathering, like the port where Matoran all from all over gather and stuff like that.
It's their town hall.
Akalini.
Yeah, it's the capital.
It's the capital slash town hall.
Sport?
Oh yeah, there's another sport they had before Coley.
Yeah. And the city is run by Taraga Duma, who's been the single Taraga Metro Nui for about 14,000 years. 1,000 years when I said 14,000. I'm crossing that on your grade, Changus.
Look, Nick, I heard 1,000 years, and to be fair, when we made this slide, it was like 4 o'clock at night where I was.
This was still pretty early on. Okay, alongside the Toa, the city is protected by robotic enforcers known as the Vaki, commissioned by Taraga Duma and designed by Makono Matoran engineer Nuparu. That same Nuparu would make the Bok sword fend off the Borak swarms.
Man, this guy's a brilliant engineer. I wonder if any of his stuff blows up on him. And yes, Taraga Duma has never seen such inferior discs used before.
There are 6 common Vaki models. There's Nurak, who is stationed at Ta Metro. Bordak, which is stationed in Ga Metro. Vorzak, which is stationed in Li Metro. Warzak, which is stationed in Onu Metro. Zadak, which is stationed in Po Metro. And Kirak, which is stationed in Ko Metro. They all have different behaviors, but they're not really all that memorable because they're really just, there to be, robots and, cops. Though their staffs are unique in because they're called stun staffs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was about to ask about so unlike the Borak and the Rakshi, these guys don't have anything special going on with each of the different colors.
Each of them do have like special behaviors that each of them possess, but their impact is very but they're very like minute. That they're pretty much all the same character because they're really just meant to be
grunts,
like grunts essentially. Yeah. However, Nurak staffs of command, which fill target's mind with a single overriding command that is obeyed until the staff's effects were. Targets were dedicated that they were known to shove aside others who prevented them from carrying out their orders. Vordax carries Staff of Loyalty, which fills the target with strong desire for order, and targets who have been known to seek out troublemakers or betray even friends in the pursuit of order. Staffs of Suggestion, which makes target much more susceptible to suggestion. After using these staffs, Zodak typically enlists other Matoran who the troublemaker to return. Staffs of Confusion, which scramble target's sense of time and place to prevent further troublemaking, and it was not unusual to see dazed Komatoran targets of the staffs wandering in Kometru. And Komatoran viewed the staff's confusion as more merciful than the Vorzak's staff of erasing, and which temporarily eliminate the target's higher mental functions, leaving intact only motor skills. And the targets of these staffs were called Shamblers, because Lematoran were used to seeing Shamblers wandering aimlessly in Lemetru. And staffs of presence, which allow Rorzak to see and hear what the target sees or hears without the target's knowledge. And these tools had the longest lasting effects of the stun staffs. And that really sounds awful, because it sounds like the Matoran are enslaved by Taragaduma using these robots, which, you could argue, but here's the thing. They're really just, police, and they haven't caused really too much trouble. They're really just there to, make sure things are working in order and making sure everyone's, doing their work. And it's important that they do their work. Because, essentially, this is what their work allows Metro Nui to keep functioning.
Okay.
And it's not, and really the Matoran are pretty okay. They're not really they're not distressed or anything. They're more annoyed by Vaki, if anything.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like they're singing to be delivered.
Yeah. They're not waiting for Saber to come sing them.
Okay, just to get, I guess, breaking meta here a bit. I think a lot of the impression of what people get of the Vaki is those animations you showed me, Nick, of all the Vaki. Showcasing them, and it's that really does play up the whole 1984 vibe going on there. Obey Tarakadume, do as you're told. It really does play up that 1984 feeling, but then, which is kind of interesting when you compare it to watching Legends of Metro Nui, where it's where they're always saying, this is a paradise of a city. It's amazing. So it's
also the movie did not show. The movie only shows two guys.
Yeah.
I think either way though, it's there's two different ways you could view Metro Nui. You could either see it as this is a futuristic paradise. It's like a glorified version of a Coruscant from Star Wars. It's this is amazing. Or you could view it as something out of Blade Runner, where it's oh man, this fucking sucks.
And in canon, it's a paradise. Also, there are rumors that an entire squad of Nurok are there to keep an eye on Takua to make sure he's not skipping work and making making sure he's.
Get back to work, Takua. I don't wanna do it.
Stop exploding.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's gonna one day be exiled, not be doing his work.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, but that's really the Vaki are really secondary to the real protectors of Metro Nui.
Hold on. Oh yeah, I forgot the discs.
But before we do that, something I forgot to mention is that Vaki are able to shoot Kanoka discs. What are Kanoka discs? Well, they're special discs there are special discs found in Metro Nui, and what's interesting about them is they rent there's these three that each one has a 3-digit code on each disc. Digit 1 describes which metro they are created in, aka Tom Metro has discs of 1 and Ga Metro disc 2.
Okay, and etc.
And so on.
So on. And the second disc just denotes what power there is. And they actually range from and there's actually several powers that Kanoka disc can have, and it's reconstitutes at random, freeze disc, weaken discs, removes poison disc, enlarges disc, shrinks discs, regenerates disc, and teleports discs. And the third disc represents the power level, running from 1 to 8. However, and 1 being the weakest and 8 being the highest. And the thing about these discs is, while they can be used as weapons, using disc launchers that every Matoran has, their main purpose is to be used to make Kanohi.
The masks.
To make masks?
Yes.
Yes.
Discs.
Okay.
So here we learn where masks come from.
Kanohi are forged by Kanoka discs, and the thing about Kanoka discs is that they can also be merged together to make a Kanohi How, which is a mask of shielding. You can you put together an enlarged disc and a regeneration disc, and that creates a shielding disc to make a Kanohi How. And there are unlimited combinations, so there are basically unlimited powers you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Epicross says Nuparo also invented the airships, apparently.
Yes, there are airships in Onu Metro that basically that's where like a lot of the goods are like delivered throughout Metro Nui as well. And also where they get like where they go and get specimens from Rahi as well.
How much stuff of Metro Nui did Nuparo make?
Well, he was an engineer, so I'd say considering Nuparo, I would say at least 1/5.
Okay.
That's my guess. But that's my guess. That's my guess.
That's your guess.
All right. Continue.
And the power. However, there is a 9th power level, but those are only reserved for the great discs. And there's one of each metro.
Okay.
But we'll get to those great discs.
Yeah, we'll get to those.
Alright.
So I'm assuming this is where the Toa.
Yes. Now we mention the Toa of Metro Nui. We don't know we didn't learn what the Toa team name was until much later, but they will one day be referred to as the Toa Mangai. And
so there are a bunch of weebs.
No, that would be the Toa Manga.
This is Mangai.
The Toa Manga are the ones wearing the Naruto bands. The Toa
Anime guy, hold on real quick. Anime guy, funny enough, there is a mask of mind control. We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that. But there is a mask of mind control. Alright.
And they've and the Toa Mangai have defended the city for thousands of years. And they were led by Toa Khan, arguably considered the greatest Toa to ever live. He's what Optimus Prime is to Transformers for the Matoran in universe. And he kind of looks like a golden Tahu, but without the sexism.
Vakama, I respect a woman. And I hope that future Toa generations do too. 1,000 years later. Golly, Gamatorns aren't real people. They are things created by Matanui, created for our entertainment.
This is what my legacy is. And 1 year before Vakama's story starts, yeah, we haven't even gotten to the actual story of 2004. Duma starts acting weird for some reason. Also, he has some Condor Rahi following him that he named Naivak, who I've just been told isn't a fire-breathing pterodactyl robot that Duma can ride and shoot down at immigrants above. That Lego set lied to me. Also, the Toa begin disappearing. Partly because one of them became a serial killer and the other became a Benedict Arnold, but those are stories for another time.
What?
Yeah.
But those are for another time.
That's for another time. We could talk about serial killer Toa later down the line.
Okay, so did they ever release toys for this generation of Toa other than Golden Boy?
The only kinda. We do have Lee-Con, but
that's kind of it.
Well, there is something else, but we'll kind of get to it. Also, look at this. This is a Condor Lego. Bullshit.
Yeah, no, that's a dinosaur.
But if you can't tell, I was the one making this as a PowerPoint because I'm the one who always thought that Newok was Terragaduma's greatest creation ever. It is indeed the best flying pterodactyl dragon thing I have ever built. It breathes fire from above, and we're going to make Nokama pay for it. By the way, that is the. I said this before, that's the best subreddit I ever discovered, r/the Duma, where they literally just make Terragaduma Donald Trump. It's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
Alright, let's continue. Alright.
So, and the rest of the Toa Man guy kept dying in what appeared to be suicide missions until only Lee-Con remained. Also, they are not a Suicide Squad. That's much later.
Oh.
That's later. Those look like a kid could really hurt themselves. Are you talking about Newok, Fastbinder? I don't know. I'm pretty sure kids will love this stuff. No one could get hurt. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Nepicross? r/Duma sounds like the best subreddit you could ever discover. It's hilarious.
And suspicious of what's going on, Lacan investigates, and the investigation leads him to do something that requires him to act quickly.
Oh, sus.
Everybody got that? Good. Now we can actually start the story.
Finally! Okay. So it wasn't just one cool dude defending the city. The rest of his team got killed. And the parent one became a serial killer, another Benedict Arnold. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for a good portion,
went crazy.
Also, if you don't get the Benedict Arnold reference, basically one of them became a simp. He's simped for an e-girl.
Wait, what?
No,
we'll get to that.
We'll get to that, but he did simp. Lekan, this e-girl is so amazing. I must simp for her. My brother, Project Melody is not real. She is a virtual woman, but I must simp.
Also, I'm pretty sure. I like to think that. I like to think that the Toa Man guy were killed off slowly, and for a good portion, Lacan was just actually alone. But it's Lacan. He's considered the greatest Toa for a reason.
Pathfinder, she's real. Likan, brother, your feelings for her are not real. She's real to me.
Okay,
So,
let's continue.
1,000 years ago. Okay, so 1,000 years ago, Lacan heads to the Great Temple and gathers 6 stones from the Great Suva. And I'll have Changus read that one.
And no, Ninjato, you still can't carry this one around either. Mister, why don't they just carry the Suvas around with them?
Lacan.
But then it gets retconned that you can carry the symbols with you as long as it's in friendly hands. So
yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
That was kind of dumb. Retcon.
Look,
that's dumb.
Look,
like,
we're just
what if like you have?
We're just
rant.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, rant.
What if you give like a symbol to like a? All right, Tahu gives a symbol to Automaton. Like, okay, I like you, man. You're cool. But then they get into a huge fight, and they start like become bitter towards each other. He stops being friendly. Does Tahu suddenly lose his elemental powers?
he and Jala.
That's so stupid.
He and Jala get into a fight because like I don't know, Jala is not sexist, so it's just like no, Jala, women aren't real people. Well, you know what, Tahu, I'm not your friend anymore. All of a sudden, Tahu's elemental powers just go away. Jala, can we be friends again now?
You need to be nice with Golly. Respect women.
Over my dead body!
but yeah, that is like honestly, it just seems like as we joked about like the Elite Four arc, that was a filler arc.
It really was. Also, I gotta say this because I found this quote yesterday. Come on, it's Tahu. Come on, Kopaka. How many times do I have to apologize? How about once? No.
All right. So
okay. Yeah, we got.
Lacan gathers, and he plans to give these to 6 Matoras, one from each Metro, right?
Yes. Lacan is attacked right before he leaves by 2 beings called Dark Hunters. Kreka, dumb. He's dumb, but he is extremely strong. And Nadiki, former member of the Toa Mangai. So technically he is another set of the Toa Mangai. Also, he's heavily mutated, and he's the Benedict Arnold. Also, he doesn't like Lacan too well.
Okay.
Nadiki, Project Melody is a computer program. I must throw my money at her! I must throw my money at her!
Well, how did it become that?
We'll get to it.
Long story. We'll get that another time.
Every time we go to exist, when they see Nadiki, I can fix him.
Bro, I do go on Tumblr to find my Bionicle memes. Literally, anytime I find Nadiki, it's literally, I could fix him.
I can fix it. I could fix him. No, but the only woman my heart belongs to is Project Melody.
Okay. So, and this is the dumb guy in the.
This is Kreka, the big blue-white guy there, and then Nadiki is the one there. Also, his head just looks like a Vaki. He's not related to any of the Vaki, by the way. That's just sheer coincidence.
I'm pretty sure it was due to budget.
Or it was just like designed, like they wanted to give him a reptilian head, and they thought, we could just.
Nepicross Lariska is for like much later down the line.
Much later.
Yeah,
So we'll talk about her much later down the line.
All right, so okay.
Okay, so Lee-Con does escape, and he goes to each Metro to give the Matoran their stones. He goes to a Gamatoran teacher named Nokama, a Pomatoran carver named Anawa, an Onu Matoran archivist named Wenua. That's another point deducted, Changus.
Okay.
Lee-Matoran driver Mata, Co-Matoran scholar Nuju, and Tom-Matoran mask maker Vakama. Yes, the Taraga were originally Matoran. How much more you were hiding from us, Vakama?
How about the time where they got turned into Rachi-looking things by spiders?
We'll get to that later. We'll get to that much later, Ninja. Ninja, we're only talking about 2004. We're trying to keep the conversation only in 2004. And yes, DB Fastbinder, people do ship Bionicle. I don't care what Greg says. Huki and Maku are a couple. They are the power couple.
With Maku being the power top.
Knock on, I want to learn how to be gay. Now, if my terminology is correct, I am considered a power top.
Changus, I thought it was funny.
What?
If for some reason it's Kopaka x Pohatu. Pohatu is the top.
Alright.
Which says a lot more about Kopaka.
No, Kopaka, who is only my brother in term only and not by any actual biological relation. Therefore, this shipping is valid. I believe I am considered a power top.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna get to the point where Vakama's first failure happens.
We'll get to that.
Lacan
already here.
We'll get to it.
And Vakama was working on a mask before Lacan arrived. Lacan warns Vakama about something bad happening in Metro Nui, and that he also has to save the heart of Metro Nui. They are then attacked by the Dark Hunters. Lacan manages to get Vakama to escape, but he is captured by the Dark Hunters.
Oh,
causing
no.
him.
It's not your fault, Vakama. I mean, it kind of
really
is.
Isn't.
I mean, you could argue with this, but it's not really his fault. No, Chelsea, this is not a red... Chelsea, why do you keep saying red herring? Chelsea!
I'm pretty sure she does this on purpose. Point.
Alright.
At this point, you should just get a button, a Scooby-Doo, a Pup Named Scooby-Doo clip of It's Red Herring.
Yep, pretty sure Warner Brothers will kill us.
But Warner Brothers is another discussion. Alright.
The stone is revealed to be wrapped in a paper that is actually a map to the Great Temple. Taragaduma then visits Vakama, saying he's come for the Mask of Time. And yes, this is the same mask that was given to Tahu 1,000 years later by Vakama. It was the project Vakama was working on, as it was commissioned by Duma. Vakama tells him that the mask is not ready, which he is then ordered to have it ready soon and delivered at the Coliseum. Also, the mask is not orange. It is gold. That's all I'm going to say.
So, yeah.
The six Matoran gather to the Great Temple. Shortly after questioning why they're all together, they deduce that they need to put the stones given to them inside the Suva. The Suva activates the stones, saying they are the last hope. Then a blinding flash, a surge of energy entangled the Matoran. These energies begin transforming the six Matoran into the Toa Metru.
Bum bum bum. Well, it's more like shit, I don't remember the Toa Metro team.
they technically don't have one.
Ah. Oh, but
Okay, I was thinking of.
Okay, I see how it is, Bionicle.
Okay, I need to make this like. Didn't the Stone set have like a floating head in the movie version?
That was a vision.
But either way, I'm still doing this. We need 6 motors with attitude. Just stop this.
It's funny you say that because it's funny you say that, Ninja, because last night when we were making this slide and I was like really tired because it's like it was close to like 6 my time in the morning, not at night, 6 in the morning. I was like Nick, I was really tired, and Nick's like, oh, by the way, and Changus, turns out, yeah, you know, Lee Khan's head just floating there, that's not actually a hologram, that's actually Lee Khan. What? Yeah, Lee Khan's just Zordon, the Toa Metro are just Power Rangers. Really? No.
No, come on. We all know what Xeonix said when he thought when you go, really? Hey, Changus.
Ninjato, I was really, really tired at the time. I did not have any energy to have any cognitive function, and I was just really exhausted. I was just like, okay. Like, literally, my reaction when Nick told me, it was just literally me, just slumped in my chair, like, you can't see me right now, but I'm like slumped in my chair just going, Nick, I'm tired. That's my reaction. So yeah, the Toa Metro are here! Hooray! By the way, can I just quickly say, real quick, the Toa Metro are probably one of the best G1 Toa sets. The Toa Metro to me is like the peak of what the previous years have been leading up to. It's like with the Toa Mata, you got a couple of the gear functions and all that, and then Toa Nuva, now they got the double gear function, so now they can have dual weapons and all that. And then also with Year 3 with the Rakshi, that's when we get finally sets with like posable limbs and all that. Like we could bend our arms and legs. And then here comes 2004 with the Toa Metro. They got the posable limbs from the Rakshi with a double gear function from the Toa Nuva, while also having like a more like, I guess, like simple appearance like the Toa Mata. It's like it's the culmination. I love the Toa Metro designs. Have I ever seen Okama's concept art? The movie animes were down bad for her. Well, they changed her model to be more curvaceous. to emphasize she's a woman.
So Toa Nuju. Nuju had little patience for those who did not look into the future. He had a cunning wit, and he was shown to voice his dislike of anything. He had a razor-sharp mind and incredible analytical skills, and he always looked to the future, helping the Toa get out of dangerous situations. However, because of this, he often disagreed with Onua, who insisted on reviewing the past for answers. He also seemed to think he knew everything, because he's kind of a prick.
Yes. Yes. In the future, he speaks bird out of spite.
Yeah, he actually doesn't speak bird right now.
We joke about him doing it out of spite, but to be honest, he kind of does, because his official explanation why he speaks bird is because he only reserves actual speaking for quote unquote intelligent conversations.
He's essentially Donatello from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, but Donnie was fun.
Well, yeah. It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun in a way. It's kind of fucking ridiculous how he's.
Look. Donnie's an asshole, but he's a lovable asshole. Nuju's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Nuju was so smart. Why did he pick such an ineffective weapon? It's only good for climbing.
Well, it's not. Well, I mean,
Well,
it channels their elemental powers too, so.
yeah. Also, wise and sage, Wenua had great faith in the past. And he was always trying to learn from the past and make sure not to make the same mistake in the future. Wenua was extremely knowledgeable about facts in history, skills he gained from his career as an archivist. Essentially, he is one giant history nerd.
My spirit animal.
He's also an animal lover because that's another. Because there were several Rahi in the archives that he researched.
Animals get too excited over me. Especially dogs.
Wenua is essentially what Nuju would be if he decided to not be an asshole.
Okay, here.
Because he's a pretty friendly guy.
Okay, Nick, the best. Okay. Real quick, just since you mentioned Donnie from TMNT, Rise Donnie is just basically like is somewhere in between Wenua and Nuju, mostly leaning towards Nuju. Because Donnie's not a complete asshole.
Yeah.
No, we want to talk, but we're not done talking about assholes, though.
Ottawa, the most pessimistic of the Toa Metru. He is courageous, ever ready to crack a joke, but frequently makes fun of Akama and Wenua. He finds being a Toa thrilling, like Matau, but at the same time knows it's serious business. He's impatient, quick to anger, and often rushes in with thinking. He's an asshole.
Ninjato, Anawa's just here. Ninjato, Anawa is the Toa's Guy Gardner. That's who he is.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Alright. We're not done talking about the Toa. We're getting to the better Toa now.
Matau is somewhat worried about not living up to his idea of a Toa, which is kind of the reason why he takes great risks and sometimes acts impulsively, to glorify himself. And he's very proud of his Toa stature. He's essentially a daredevil who thinks being a Toa is thrilling and basically and somewhat of an egoholic. He's fun at parties, but he's probably not. He's not really the most. He's Booster Gold.
There we go. He's Booster Gold.
Okay, so right now we have one asshole, we have one Guy Gardner, one Booster Gold, and Wenua.
If to quote Team America, there are three types of people in the world. There are pussies, dicks, and assholes. Nuju is an asshole. Anawa is a dick. Wenua, well, okay, no, actually, honestly, no one really fits the dick asshole sort of analogy more than Nuju and Anawa. I'm
making the comment because, like, oh, this group seems very dysfunctional, even compared to the last group.
Oh, you don't say. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure they're better than the Toa Nuva. I mean, hell, the Toa Nuva forgot their lesson 2 times in a row, and had to learn it 2 times in a row.
Though they did learn it when they finally got they finally did learn it the second. That's what's.
And that's important. All right, so the next up is the woman of the team.
Yep. Nokama is extremely wise and very resourceful, and she's very good at seeing the big picture, making connections between unrelated events, and always manages to cool down the tempers of the others. she would always listen to every side of it, giving a ruling, and is also extremely logical. And as she knows the dangers of unchecked emotion, and however, she's also not one to compromise, as she also tends to be the one who thinks she's always right. She tends to think she's always right. However, it really says something when she's the one who nominates Vakama to be the leader. So it heavily implies that she also very much believes in the true potential of everyone. Also, she's known for her excessive talking.
So she's just a better refined version of Golly.
Essentially.
Oh, there you go. All right, what if we take Golly and make her better? That's no comma.
It's kind of why I slightly like no comma better. To be fair, it does fluctuate, though.
All right.
I love these characters, Changus. You can't make me choose except Takua. But that's like unfair.
All right.
So we have one more Toa to talk about,
and that's the leader of the Toa Metru, Toa Vakama.
I have crippling depression.
Pretty much that is an exaggeration, though. However, when Vakama became a Toa Metru, he was not always certain he was ready for the role of being a hero, and in fact, at times missed his old life in the foundries, crafting masks for others to wear, and that insecurity usually tends to lead to others mocking him, further increasing his sense of self-doubt. Thanks, Anawa. However, do not let that fool everyone, as he is still despite being the leader, he's still, despite those insecurities, he still takes up the role of being the leader very seriously, almost like he feels like his ego depends on it, like he needs to do good.
I need to do this.
Otherwise, I feel like I murdered the previous Toa leader. I murdered Bionicle Optimus Prime. Wait, does that make me Hot Rod? No!
Thank you, Ninjato. Very cool.
He's essentially, if anything, he's us as a Toa. If he's the one who's always doubting himself, making thinking maybe he shouldn't have been the one to do this. Yeah, at the end of the day, he's still doing his duty.
I still like Vakama.
Yeah, Vakama's awesome.
Nipukar says Kopaka's his spirit animal.
I love Kopaka too.
He once got a moral boost by imagining Tahu throwing a temper tantrum. Kopaka, shit. This may be it. What would Tahu do? Tahu, I'll kill you all! Heh.
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
Alright, that's funny. Also, just gotta make sure I don't do that. Got it.
Alright, so speaking of Toa Metru,
the Suva also opens up and gives them an armory for them to select their weapons. Nokama gets a pair of hydro blades.
She can water ski with it.
Yeah, she can. Give me a second.
Alright.
They're essentially what they can do is they can channel her elemental water powers, and as well as use for melee combat. I mean, duh.
Mm-hmm.
But like they help her swim through protodermis canals by pulling her along, so she could so they could act as like water skis. But when she's underwater, they could also essentially act as like steering and essentially it adds more speed to her swim. Additionally, they could also be spun around to create a shield. And Nokama even has stated that that they feel like they have perfect balance.
Nice.
Matau selected arrow slicers, what's cool about them is while they can channel his air powers and slice things, they can attach to his back and be used as glider wings and rotors.
See how Matau has wings on his back there? You can fly!
I can... Check me out! I can... Crashes into a wall. Win! Fly. Also, he crashes into walls a lot. Anawa selected Protopidons. Yes, they're called Protopidons. And they can be used to channel his elemental powers of stone and be used as melee weapons. But Anawa could also use them to swing from sculpture to sculpture in the sculpture fields.
Nice.
I'm just imagining him going doing a Spider-Man.
I mean, if I remember from his toy commercial, they're like chain whip pickaxes.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they're especially helpful in climbing.
All right.
Wenua selected Earthshock drills, which he apparently always wanted. And they can be used to channel Earth powers and be used for digging ground. And when in use, they create an incredibly loud noise.
Nice.
Nuju got crystal spikes. And like the other Toa, they could be used to channel his elemental powers and used as melee weapons. But he also used them as ice picks and snowshoes. Which kind of explains their shape. They can pick things.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Vakama, who chose a disc launcher, a specialized disc launcher, but a disc launcher nonetheless. And he chose it because he had a lot more. The familiar weapon gave him a sense of comfort in his new, larger body, and some of the other Toa, particularly Matau and Wenua, and Anawa, ridiculed him for choosing an oversized Matoran weapon.
Vakama got a lot of shit.
Yeah, but it proved its worth in its versatility at times. Also, Vakama could mentally trigger the Kanoka launcher to be used as a flight pack by channeling his fire powers through it. However, it does rely on his elemental energy to function. It can only be used for a limited time. That doesn't use that ability often.
So, real quick to go back, Ninjato, you see how his disc launcher has these flame motifs going on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's meant
I assume you can do that.
Yeah, that's meant to be his jetpack.
Actually, it could be.
Well, how would you describe it?
Where the disc is launched? You could say it's fired out of there.
Really?
Honestly, but I guess,
Because I always assume they come out where, the fire is molded.
I think in the comic it's shown as, where the disc is launched. But, could be not really that no one's officially said anything that contradicts anything. So, who knows, honestly.
I was just went by how, the instructions on the set go, slap it on his back, and then the fire mole's pointing down, and there you go. He's got a jetpack. But anyway, speaking of Vakama.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. Vakama is someone who's plagued with visions, and he tends to get them sporadically. And this one, he gets a vision about the Great Discs, and the people who know the location for it. So it's now time for another treasure hunt. I'm seeing it. So each Toa have to go to a respective metro to find these discs, which also happen to be in each metro to prove themselves as Toa. So they need to find the Matoran who know the locations of the disc. And yes, each Matoran is also in each respective metro. These Matoran are Nori, Vakama's old mask-making mentor, who essentially became jealous of Vakama because he made finer masks than him, which I can understand the jealousies, because, like, what the heck? I teach you. You learn. The only reason you know mask making is because I taught you. Yet somehow you're better than me. And
and you're also a Toa now.
Yeah. Oh no. His jealousy grew into anger when Vakama was asked personally by Teragaduma to make the mask of time, and so determined to find. He was essentially. He was given some notes about where the location of the Great Disc is in Tom Metro, so that he could forge it into an ultimate mask of power.
Okay, so that's mentor becoming jealous of the mentee. This is. I've heard this type of story before.
And then there's Vizola, Nakama's former student. So the thing about her is, she really liked Vakama very much, and would become jealous if Nokama was spending time with someone else to Nokama's charging. And it got worse when Nokama turned into a Toa, because Vizola then became jealous and planned to use her knowledge of the location of the Gametro's Great Disc that she learned from someone to become more famous than her former friend.
Nokama-sensei!
Wait. What?
Nokama has a yandere stalker.
Oh my goodness.
Vizola was Nokama's former student, and she really liked Nokama, and got really jealous when she was with others like Matoran, other than Vizola. So and when Nokama became a Toa, she flipped out, thinking, oh well, you think you're better than me now? Well, guess what? I'm gonna find the Great Disc, and everyone will forget you, and I'll be great, and then you'll come crawling back to me.
Yeah, she's got problems.
Oh my goodness, we're going with crazy. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
is everyone this crazy?
Well, there's Orcam, who's responsible and terrible. He's also hopeless and has little imagination. And he was an Ussel rider, and so was Matau, actually. But Matau was very reckless and very, Matau, to the point where he and Orcam actually formed a rivalry with each other. And then Orcam then learned of the Great Discs, but he was actually threatened into going to find his. But that's we'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
And then we have Tahuti, who is an Onumatoran archivist, who is essentially Yeah, sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, just he's essentially like an archivist who wants to make his mark because he's like, okay, I'm an archivist, but no one really knows me. I want to do something that people will remember me for. So he always wanted a new exhibit to make his name on. And this hard-headedness often caused him to overlook what was the right thing to do so long as his name was put on new item in the and he had no definite purpose for this except maybe to put on exhibit and achieve recognition for his work. And you know, despite all that though, he's probably the most good of these men.
He's a glory seeker.
He's not a bad guy. He just wants some recognition.
I just want to Wanua, don't you understand? We're standing here, and I realized that you're just like me, Wanua. We're making history. We're making history.
Unlike most Komatoran, Irie is not patient. He's enthusiastic, quick to act, talkative, and expedient, which you know, kind of, and really, he was an errand runner, basically a messenger for seers and apprentices in the knowledge towers. However, he really just wanted to be a scholar. A promotion Nuju denied him. And
he has to help Nuju.
Nuju denied his promotion, so Irie is going to. What he's trying to do is find the great disc, so that maybe that we gain recognition and be allowed to become a scholar.
So my joke was right then when I said it's like, all right, Nuju, yeah. I got you the great disc. Are you gonna write me a letter of recommendation? No.
Imagine that happened.
Nuju, you're what an asshole.
And then we have Akmu, a selfish, bitter, resentful Komatoran carp. And he's pretty much let's just say he and Anwa do not get along, as they have a bitter run.
Who knew?
But it's the case of they're both assholes.
Yeah, of course. It's like the guy Garner he has a hard time.
Nick, remember when I said that when I was telling about like my quote unquote Bionicle rewrite, where I was like, Anawa, he's the type of person that would get in fights with other artists.
That's pretty much what it was. Rival artists.
Just wait, Anawa, you know how to fight? Oh, believe me, you ever been to a Komatoran art convention? No. Let's just say you're gonna need some band-aids afterwards.
Also, you do not want to criticize it if you want to come out unscathed.
Anawa brings Matao with him to like an art convention. Just Toa Anawa, we are so. I don't know, for some reason people recognize Anawa as a Toa for this one. Just Toa Anawa, we're so grateful you're here. Thank you. Is that your sculpture? Ah, yes, thank you for recognizing my sculpture. The nose could be a little smaller. There's just like a glass breaking sound effect, just and then Matao, and then it just cuts to Matao and Anawa like just sitting on a chair afterwards, just like, yeah, you okay, Matao? I think I still have glass in my eye.
Anawa, you need to be Anawa for this mission. You need to be subtle. I can do subtle. Anawa.
Subtle.
Got it.
Hello. Again. The art collector, Charmed, I'm sure. I'm going to invite you to a show, but first, allow me to show you my Alan.
Oh shit.
Bullshit. Derivative. That I love. I absolutely love. That's an air conditioner. I want it.
Okay, so how did it go of trying to convince these Matorans to get your discs?
Oh, well, it's just as well as you think.
Quite horribly.
The Tom Metro disc is located inside a fire pit. The God Metro disc is beneath the teeth of the Dweller in the Deep. Think a giant ass anglerfish, except less grotesque.
Hopefully, it doesn't have gonads.
Poe Metro disc is in the sculpture field on top of a perfectly balanced upside down pyramid. The Co-Metro disc is frozen inside an icicle hanging from one of the highest knowledge towers. The Lee Metro disc inside a force sphere inside a Lee Metro chute. And the Onu Metro disc is inside a closet in the Great Archives, right next to R. Kelly. And each of them.
Okay, but man, the Onu Metro disc is the easiest one.
You would think, but it's in the sub-archives, and you gotta know about the archives is if they're huge. Like if you stay with the tour group, because if you manage to get separated from the tour group, you're gone. You're lost.
The Great Archives is just basically a giant labyrinth, Ninjato.
A giant labyrinth that's also a museum.
Okay, remember Guardians of the Galaxy, the Collector?
Yeah.
That.
Okay, but like compared to all the others, that's the easiest.
You would think.
You think, but you also gotta figure out beware the things that live in the archives.
Oh.
Ninjato, these are live exhibitions.
Oh.
Well, there are some that are, there are pods and Detour. History of the archives. The archives began above ground, but continually expanded underground until they reached their current span, which extends beyond the coast of Metro Nui. The archives housed at least one of every Rahi that the Matoran encountered on Metro Nui, which were kept in stasis tubes. Whenever a Rahi died, it would be taken to a dissection lab where the Matoran would explore the work of Rahi's bodies. There are also various artifacts kept in the archives, including samples of ancient Matoran tools and carvings and exhibits of Matoran art. It housed several inactive Borak, Krana, and Rakshi that have been unearthed by Onu Matoran miners, but its main purpose was to preserve and study all known Rahi species. Guided tours to the archives were available and recommended, not only for the informative value of the species of Rahi, but also because a visitor without an Onu Matoran guide ran into a great risk of getting lost. Visitors were allowed and welcomed archives from 1 hour after sun's rise until it set. Some dangerous exhibits were kept on public display, but others were kept in the sub-levels that expanded deep beneath Metro Nui. These contained the most dangerous exhibits of the archives. Access for any level below level 5 was permitted for archives personnel only. Due to the number of dangerous creatures down below, some levels were so restricted that even Vaki were not permitted to enter. Many of the sub-levels are so deep that they descended below the Silver Sea, in which Orin sometimes played Kanoka-Tosk in these sub-levels in the deep darkness. The most dangerous of the sub-levels was known as the Fiku Web, where many archivists became lost and never found a way out. This level was also the home of many wild Rakshi, as well as something else we'll get to later. And each entrance to the different levels of the archives was guarded by one guard, and the entrance doors had locks consisting of 3 levers to change their position every day. The guard with the combination and position of the levers.
Fun!
It's like, and also, because they're the most it just so happens that the sub-level containing the most dangerous shit is also has the closet that has the Onu Metro disc.
Alright.
Yeah, it sounds easy, and then you actually have to do it. It's not fun.
Yeah.
And each of the Matoran get in serious danger, so the Toa have to go rescue them. Some Matoran aren't, in my opinion. Looking at you, Zola. Maybe you too, Akmu.
Well, yeah, that's.
Really, you're gonna save the Yandere? Okay, sure. Let's go with that.
Dokama, you don't have to. I get you're a good person, but we'll allow it. Though, to be fair, they're the only person who actually knows where the things are located. So, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, are these Matoran lives to the modern day?
You'll see. The various ways to endanger a Matoran. Tahuti got trapped in the archives. There we go. Ivory was trapped under a couple of blocks that were designed to fall if you move them improperly. Rizzola was being pursued by the Dark Hunter and honestly should have not been saved. Dang it. Oricom was trapped in transport cables, and the only reason he even went because he was thrown into Moto Hub Sector 3, which had been known for many chute malfunctions, and returned for the life of his pet Usul crab, Puku. Yes, the same Puku that Takanuva keeps. Don't you fucking say he didn't keep her, Greg!
I refuse to believe that Takanuva gives back Puku back to Oricom. She is Takua's crab. Don't you say otherwise, Greg. You cannot say otherwise. That's.
Oh, so Oricom survived. Oh, so Oricom lives. So if any of them live, this is literally Bakama saying to them because I'm pretty sure they lost their memories.
You know what?
Nori was attacked by vines. Yes, vines. We'll get to that. Also, Akmu was stuck on top of one shelters. Honestly, should have left him there.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just imagining like Bakama when he gets to this part of the story.
No spoilers.
No. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just talking about because this is him telling the story to the other Matoran, recapping all this event. Like he's just dissing on the other Matoran.
Well, it's not really him dissing on the other Matoran, it's us dissing on other Matoran. Honestly,
well, I'm just imagining that Yuji would probably do it.
Honestly, if Akama was too lenient. A lot of Tora are a little too lenient here.
You're in Ottawa. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I was thinking in the Taragraphone, just making fun of them. Okay.
Anyway, the Toa Metro proceeded to rescue the 6 Matoran who knew the dislocation. However, when Ottawa went to save Akmu, Ottawa told him to cut the bullshit because he knew Akmu climbed the sculptures like these for fun. Because Akmu learned the Kama secret technique. Lying. Akmu tries to flee into the busiest transport hub in Pometru, but Ottawa catches him at the station. He also catches a glimpse of an insectoid creature in the shadows. This is when Akmu reluctantly agrees to help Ottawa find the rest of the discs. While searching for the disc, the Toa Metro find themselves repeatedly attacked by strange vines in Metro Nui.
Vines. Why are there vines?
These vines come from a plant creature known as the Morbuzak.
What?
So Ninjato. Remember when we said Mask of Light only covers like only in like at least a third of the story. Yeah, the first half was all about dealing with Biolante.
They had to be gardeners for the first half.
Yes, they had to fight Biolante.
Having found all 6 Matoran, the Toa meet up at the Great Temple, as Takama suspects that the Matoran were set up by someone. But as the Mabuzak has been growing for almost a year, they can't focus on that right now. Realizing the Mabuzak is a threat to Metro New, the Toa decide to use the power of the Great Disc to destroy it. First, they would have to find the source of it. After weeks of battling the Mabuzak, Toa finally retrieved the Great Discs. The Toa Metro realized that the Mabuzak attacks least in Kometru, deducing that the Mabuzak is attracted to heat. The hottest place in Metro Nui is the Great Furnace in Tametru. And the Toa head there to confront the plant monster, and along the way, the Toa Metro and the Matoran are attacked by the plant, causing Akmu to run away. Anawa catches Akmu and deduces that it was him that sabotaged everyone. He deals with Nadi, set up and trapped the other Matoran, that's why they were in danger, to impeding the Toa Metro's efforts. He did this because he's an asshole.
No other reason. He's just an asshole. He's just an asshole.
Dude, even Nugent goes like, hey, I may be a jerk, but I'm not this much of a jerk.
Well, no, let's be honest. Ottawa and... Okay, I know this is probably not what happened, but I like to imagine when Ottawa catches... I like to imagine when Ottawa... Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. I just want to say, I like to imagine when Ottawa catches Akma, it's like, hey, why'd you do all this? I don't know. So you're just an asshole, I guess. I should be angry at you, but I'm honestly proud.
And the Toa catch Akmu. Why'd you do all this, Akmu? Because I wanted to. I don't give a shit about anything. I don't give a shit about any of you. Nuju. Based.
Based.
They can't punish Akmu yet because they have to deal with Bionicle Biolante.
What's Biolante again? I'm trying...
Biolante.
The
Plant Kaiju.
The plant,
Just look up Biolante versus Godzilla.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Almost to their destination, the Toa reach a hallway leading to the Great Furnace. Mabuzak attacks again, nearly defeating the Toa Metro. Yes, our heroes are losing to a plant. I don't know if this makes it better or worse than the Toa Nula. I'd still say they're on the better level because the plant is sentient, so it's not like they're facing against nothing that. So it's not like they're facing against anything that's dumb. To help the Toa Metro, the 6 Matoran form Matoran Nui, and Akmu only helps because he doesn't want. Also, the Matoran can combine and like the Toa Kaida. When all is said and done, they finally reach the core of the Mabuzak. The King Root.
Look at that thing. That's just a fungus.
Battling the King Root, the Toa Metro expend all their elemental energies and have to wait for it to recharge. This is why in Legends of Metro Nui you don't see them using their elemental powers. And the Toa resort to using the power of the Great Disc to form a sphere of energy around the King Root, severing it from the rest of the plant. Cut off from the source of nourishment, the vine wither and die. The King Root itself collapsed and turned into dust, destroying the furnace in its death throes. The Matoran Nui unfused and Akmu sneaks off like the bitch he is.
He's later taken
He is then taken by the Vaki, but no one sees it happen.
So he got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though if he's being arrested, it's probably for something else than what he actually did. I'm gonna assume the Vaki knew about what he was doing, but they didn't have any official grounds to catch him for, so they just resort to the usual tax evasion excuse. Okay, we know Akmo's behind all this, but we don't have enough evidence. Ah, screw it, tax evasion.
This is pretty much a
wondering.
This is pretty much kind of like OJ.
Yeah, except unlike OJ though, OJ actually did it.
Allegedly. Wink, wink.
Look, we could say allegedly, or we can make Norm proud.
I want to go proud.
Nebukross says they basically reenacted the scene with Frozen and Mr. Incredible in the burning building. I thought you could freeze the water in the air. There is no water in the air.
What's your excuse, brown muscles?
Nuju, I thought you could freeze the water in the air. There is no water in the air.
But still,
What do you think Wakama's passed out?
No, Chelsea.
Believing
Next week.
themselves-
Hold on, real quick. No, Chelsea. Next week is back to normal. It's just this week. It's just all Bionicle, because it's Bionicle week.
Believing themselves to be heroes and unaware that the Mabuzak was following orders from someone, the Toa decide to head for the Great Colosseum. On the way, the Toa are sidetracked when they hear that the archives are flooding. While dealing with this flooding, they're unaware that they are in the territory of a shape-shifting Rahi Kraka, who could copy their innate abilities. These elemental powers are fair game, but not mass powers. Doesn't really mean much since the Toa haven't really figured out their mass powers yet. And Kraka slowly stalks the Toa and learns their language. After splitting up to deal with the flood, and the Rahi and the archives, the Toa are attacked one by Kraka, who has assumed their forms. Realizing what they're up against, the Toa come together and confront the shapeshifting. The Rahi takes on form, binding all the Toa, and all their power overwhelms her and starts attacking aimlessly. The Toa defeat Kraka, but she escapes. And here's her combiner set. And here's one of your combiner sets this year. Enjoy.
Isn't she beautiful? Look at that monstrosity. Ah, pure. Nebukross, this is what peak performance looks like? Exactly. You may not like it, but this is the peak female body.
With Kraka defeated, the Toa can now get back to the Colosseum.
Oh.
Slow-mo shot. Boo, do, 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 do.
In front of thousands of Matoran, the Toa arrived to deliver Trigaduma the Great Discs and be honored as Toa. Duma pulls a plot twist and doesn't give a shit, because apparently he doesn't even actually give a shit about the discs.
Also, apparently he doesn't recognize Vakama. Taraka, it's me, Vakama! All the Matorans look at Duma. I've never met this as Matoran in my life.
That's not true, because he does recognize Vakama when he goes, Vakama, Matoran one day, Toa the next. So that's why you haven't been able to get the Mask of Time to be completed.
Ah.
I'm still waiting for my order.
Yeah, but it's funnier if Vakama's like, Duma, it's me! I've never met this man in my life.
I mean, yeah, it's funnier. Duma ordered the Toa to prove themselves. And the Toa must complete a challenge at the Colosseum. The floor turned into a quote-unquote sea of Prodermis pillars. It's not actually a sea. Duma just calls it that because he's evil, which is ironic since for some reason he's only been evil for a year for some reason. Also, it doesn't go too well. And the Toa are labeled as imposters and accused of the disappearance of Toa Lacan. Duma orders the Vaki to arrest the Toa, and Duma also split the sea of Prodermis into essentially a floor in the Colosseum opens up and basically becomes a swirling vortex that are essentially sucking everyone out. However, the Tometru are split in half as Vakama, Nokama, and Matau do escape, but they become fugitives. Also, you spelled Matau wrong.
Okay.
And Anua, Wenua, and Nuju are sucked in and arrested. With Anua saying, "With my last breath, I curse Vakama."
With my last breath, I curse Soipa!
Vakama, Nokama, and wow, you spelled it wrong again. Matau are on the run
I
and
don't remember how to spell their name.
switch around the U and the A.
Well, that's gonna stay like that for pretty much the rest of the stream.
Wow.
We were in a rush. I didn't have. We were in a rush, Nick. I didn't have time to check the spelling.
This is still affecting your grade.
Okay. Well, I never aced class in the first place, so.
Yeah, well.
So they're on the
I mean, conclude that what they have to do first is try and break out the curse. Seeing on Spirit Storm sky, they deduce that he's alive and that they need to find him as well. That's 4 Toa they need to find. And meanwhile, Anoa, Wenua, and Nuju meanwhile try to figure out how to bust out of jail, and Nuju even suggests that they give up. That's the spirit. The trio then suddenly meet a mysterious Taraga in the jail with them. And the Taraga actually then pulls Mr. Miyagi, making Toa do a variety of tasks in jail while he sits back and watches them. Caucasity of this bitch. Mr. Miyagi act works though, since just like the Karate Kid, Toa learned their master powers just like Daniel-san. Yes, karate is just like magic master powers. With their newfound ability, they bust out. Oh, and the Taraga has joined their party. Meanwhile, the 3 other Toa, while searching for the others, end up clashing with Vaki, fight the Dark Hunters a couple times, and fight the Tatarak, who they awaken when fighting Kraka.
This guy right here.
Yeah, they have to fight a dragon.
Nice. They seem to be having fun.
And the dragon just suddenly appeared, and the dragon is able to speak. And he just goes, "Answer this. What is the answer?"
Answer my question. What?
Answer it. No, they're actually they're all like, "We don't know what the heck the question is." Like literally, no, it's never revealed what the actual question is.
Oh.
Afterwards, Vakama learns that the Great Disc can be merged together, and then they find spherical capsules in Vaku transports, although they appear to be empty. They end up in Kometru, encountering the Dark Hunters again. Only this time they're interrupted by a herd of stampeding Kikanalo.
Which are these guys right here. Well, this is how they look in the movie, and this is their set.
Essentially, rhinoceros kangaroo.
So Metro New is just Australia.
Well, do you hear the whole Bionicle universe would be Australia, considering how much Rahi is there.
Oh, that explains the spiders.
Nokama manages to stop them. Well, in that case, a certain island would just be Australia. Nokama actually manages to stop them from stampeding when she discovers her mask power, which is actually her ability to translate, meaning that she can understand what the Kikanalo are saying. And so, in doing so, they managed. The Kikunao then helped the Toa find their missing allies and defeat some Vaki. Meanwhile, Matao, oh, there we go, you got it right, is able to distract Kreka and Nadiki when he discovers his mask power, which is the ability of illusion, which gives him the ability to almost appear like he's shapeshifting.
Yeah, that moment was funny.
The three Toa enter the prison of the Dark Hunters to find the others. They eventually bump into each other, and the Toa are reunited with the Turaga as well. United, they now agree to find Toa Lacan and prove their innocence. Like this, the Turaga reveals himself to be Lacan this whole time.
Oh yeah, that's the set of Turaga Lacan there. Yeah, that's a derpy little guy.
Yeah, he was just meant to be a promotional set, and later and retroactively became Turaga Lacan.
Yeah, let's just keep this Turaga Lacan there.
So how did he become a Toa to a Turaga?
Well, you see, the stones Lacan gave the Matoran were actually infused with his Toa power. By giving them his power, he completed his destiny and became a Turaga, while they themselves transformed into Toa. The Toa, confused what to do next, are lost. They thought, well, Vakama thought, their job was to save Lacan, so he told Vakama to save the heart of Metru. If Vakama believed that meant save Lacan. Lacan tells them that he isn't the heart of Mechanui, the Matoran are, and this is a major blow to Vakama.
So,
Despair, you come to me with your poison and your misery.
I still don't know what song that is you're singing.
That is the beginning of Not Going to Die by Skillet.
Ah, I don't listen to Skillet.
The Toa then find another pod, like the ones the Vaki were. Inside, they discover Turaga Duma inside. Wait, if this is Turaga Duma, who is the Turaga Duma leading the Matoran? The Toa and Lacan head for the Colosseum.
Yes, Nepicross, this is a case of Omogus here.
Don't worry, I already have something else coming up.
Nepicross says he has a theory that the reason the Toa Mata are so shit at using their powers is because Lacan had split one Toa's power 6 ways. That's a possible idea, I guess.
And that's not. That doesn't. That is confirmed to not be the case.
Ah. Oh, so they're just terrible.
The reason why the Toa Metru don't use their elemental abilities in Legends of Mechanui is because they already expunged them, and throughout Bionicle 2, they're essentially just waiting for it to recharge.
And what about their mask powers?
They had all Toa, even the Toa Mata, had to learn how to use their mask powers.
Ah. Oh, so basically the Toa Mata learned their mask powers off screen.
Yeah.
Ah.
And also, the only reason the Toa, actually, we'll get to that some later.
All right,
let's go.
So, who is this Turaga Duma? So who's the Turaga Duma? If this is Turaga Duma, who's the other Turaga Duma? Plot twist! What is this, a Kojima game?
The Toa arrived to face the false Duma. Duma then pulls a literal Mission Impossible face mask ripoff to reveal he is actually Makuta. Makuta's plan, kidnap and impersonate Turaga Duma, eliminate the Toa, have all the Matoran gathered in one place as he used his political power to make the Matoran gather to the Colosseum, and have the Vaki place them in pods.
You know what this means, right?
What?
Makuta used Ataragaduma as a fursuit.
Well, if anything, he used him as a skin suit.
As a skin suit, whatever. But you know what that means.
No,
technically no, because he's not. It's not a furry.
No. It was me, Vakama.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm tired.
This will cause the Matoran to shrink and weaken and lose their memories. So that way, when they awaken, Makuta will say that he is their great spirit, and that he is essentially so that the Matoran will worship him. That means Takua lost his memories twice.
Ninjato, the right way to compare Makuta is why are you doing this? So let me give me the red bully the string along or something.
Makuta released a virus that causes Matanui to go into a deep sleep. Heard that right. We are witnessing Makuta's betrayal. This event is known as the Great Cataclysm, as earthquakes and disasters are felt throughout the universe. Makuta absorbs power from the Colosseum, which sends a shockwave through the Vaki hives, which will be relevant some other time. And he then also absorbs Dark Hunters and his Condor, killing them. So, so Nadiki pulled a Benedict Arnold, got mutated, then died.
Nice. Oh yeah, and Makuta just caused the apocalypse.
Yep.
Fun times.
The Toa Metro and Lacan steal a Vaki transport, finding the Matoran already in pods. They are too late though, as they are already being affected by the Matoran pods, already sleeping, losing their memories, and already shrinking, weakening. Good job, Vakama. They gather who they can and plan to come back for the rest, as it's not a big transport.
Brett has raided us with a party of one. Well, hey. Welcome back, Brett. Alright. So, yeah, good job, Vakama. Alright, so, where were we? Nick?
The Toa flee the city, hoping to get away via the Silver Sea.
Yeah. You there? You there, Nick? Nick? Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Mike disconnected.
Ah. All right.
I was saying shit because I was like, "Hey, Brett," and stuff like that.
Ah.
They gather who they can and come back to get for the rest later. The Toa flee the city, hoping to get away via the Silver Sea. Meanwhile, Vakama, using the fused disc that is a result of all the great discs becoming one, forges the Kanohi Vahi, the Mask of Time. Realizing the mask's power, he then gets a vision of a hole in the Great Barrier where the Toa must sail to. Makuta then tails the Toa. Vakama decides to face the Makuta with the Mask of Time. In the fight, Vakama is almost absorbed by Makuta. Lacan manages to intercept and take the blow that was meant for Vakama. He didn't get absorbed, his shield did. And the energies from the Shaohan, though, was too much for him, and as Lacan passes, he tells Vakama that he's proud of him, and that he was glad to have called him brother, recognizing him as a Toa. Character development! And with his last ounce of strength, he gives Vakama his mask. Vakama finally unlocks his mask. Makuta grabs the Vahi, stealthily using his Kanoki Huna, which actually turns him invisible, launches a Kanoka at the mask, which ricochets the mask and causes it to fall into the sea. And that pisses off Makuta a lot. And so Makuta's like, all right, if you're going to be like that, I'm just going to kill you. And yet, somehow, Vakama single-handedly beat Makuta by causing him to be smashed into pillars. Vakama alone defeated Makuta. Character development. Vakama, literally, one of those badass Toa. And also, Makuta is then embedded to a wall because he tricked because Vakama tricked Makuta into using his Shaohan on a giant pillar that smashed him against a wall. And the other Toa arrive, and together, combining their powers, imprison Makuta in a protodermic seal. This doesn't last long, but actually, it can't last long because we see him again. But that's for another time.
Nebukross says, fun fact, this is not the last time Terry gets beaten by a giant rock.
Nope. But that's for another time. The Toa Metro leave for the Great Barrier. In honor of their fallen brother, they named their ship the Likan. They're then attacked by underwater Rahi. It's never fucking easy, is it? A Matoran named Mavra orders the Crawley to capture the Toa. The Crawley is actually a prototype for the Vaki, which, let's just say there's a reason Duma chose the Vaki instead of the Crawley. Also, Mavra is an Onu Matoran who didn't get into the pod. Turns out he was a former archivist and friend of Wenua who was studying ancient Rahi. When the real Duma shut the project down, he and the Rahi went into hiding, completely unaware of the events that followed. The Toa battled the Crawley, and finding the ship, Vakama realizes one of the Matoran spheres is missing, the one containing Akmu. Even in a coma, he's still a slippery bitch.
Unbelievable.
The Toa fight the Crawley, more Vaki, and more Rahi. Something I want to mention. When the Vaki arrested Akmu, he didn't go to jail. He went directly into a Matoran pod.
Oh.
Yep.
So after it's like, so what are you gonna do? Send me to jail? Just stuff him in a pod.
Yep.
Alright.
And still believing Duma is still hunting him, and in denial about the state of the world, Mavra orders the Rahi to attack the Toa. This gets out of hand as Rahi attacks as well. Anawa gets knocked into the ocean, but is saved by Wenua, and Wenua also then gets knocked out as well. And Anawa berates Mavra for his actions, since because of him, the Rahi are killing each other, leading to his old friend and also his old friend Wenua is suffering as well. And this is essentially when you realize, Anawa has standards. He's an asshole, but there's a reason he's one of the good guys.
Yeah.
And Mavra does attempt to stop the battle, but is knocked into the Red Sea. Knocked into the Silver Sea and drowns dark.
Yeah, the Red Sea is for Moses.
Yeah. The Toa Metro leave and pass through the Great Barrier. They land on an island above ground. Looking like a safe place to say, they split up and search for locations to build their village. They don't build them yet, Changus.
Oh, I thought they did.
Again, this is going on your grade. We're leaving the Matoran spears on the beach. Nokama stays on the beach, thinking that she's found the perfect place for the Gamatoran. Matau goes to the jungle. Wow, that's not even like. You spelled jungle wrong. That's not even.
Nick, this was one of the slides where like 5 minutes before streaming, I was fucking typing as fast as I could.
Still, Nutri scales the mountains. Wenua goes into the caves. Anawa goes to the desert, and Vakama scouts a volcano. Vakama has a vision of his Toa power. Vakama convinces the other Toa Metro to put a portion of their power into 6 Toa stones for future Toa to find. Ano believes he found a way back to Metro Nui for the other Matoran. Enter, fight more Rahi, and then find themselves in front of a Rahi Nui. The Rahi Nui poisons Nokama, completely injures her. Vakama alone then defeats Rahi Nui because he's a badass. Pressing onwards, the Toa find another giant plant monster called Karzani. Yes, we got another plant monster, and it's the prototype of Morbuzak. It also hates Makuta.
Fun. That's a big slide, Chelsea. Chelsea, everything after the movie is just lots of words to write. Because there's so much more stuff going on. Greg really went out of his way for year 4. Nepicross, to answer your question, yes. Alright, Nick.
How much further do we have?
I think we're almost close to the end. Xeno Nick, Takua Nick, you there?
You probably disconnected your... Okay.
You're good, Nick?
Yeah, I'm good. Karzani
Right.
promises to heal Nokama if they get a vial of Airgiant Thermos. On the way to find it, Arahi face hugs Anawa and gives him a vision. He speaks of deadly conquerors and webs. Vakama kills the creature and frees Anawa. Anawa then sympathizes with Vakama as he now knows what it's like to have visions. Entering Makuta's lair, they find a pool of Airgice Prodermis that takes physical form. It attacks the Toa, though they manage to defeat it and secure some of the substance. Oh, by the way, Airgice Prodermis is sentient.
Oh, fun.
They go back and give it to Karzani, and it then heals Nokama and takes the substance. But as he was not destined to transform, it is destroyed.
Yeah.
The Toa gather the rest of them. The Toa gather the rest of the Matoran and now go back to the island. The Toa Metru then sacrifice the rest of their Toa power to reawaken the amnesiac Matoran. By sacrificing their power, like Lacan, they become Taraga themselves. Yes, there is a Bionicle life cycle confirmed. They decide to name the island Matanui after the Great Spirit.
Nepicross asks if there's Infowars in the background? No, there's no Infowars in the background. Most likely that's Knott's TV picking up the Travel Channel. What the hell's the Travel Channel talking about now, Knott?
It's not Travel Channel. It's Adult Swim. It's featuring.
It's Adult Swim.
Alright, is that it?
I was wondering why the Travel Channel was recommending me Slurm.
Sorry. I just put down Knott's volume a bit on my end since his TV was a little loud, and so I didn't hear the slurm part.
Alright, so is that it?
No.
No. Leaving would be wrong to tell the Matoran about a home they can never return to. The Draga decide to keep Metronome secret, and essentially, their whole lives secret. They also find a Matoran who has broken his mask in the top. Fukama gives him Likan's mask, giving the Matoran who initially had a red Komau, a yellow How, and his name. And his name is Jala. And that's the story of Metro Nui. However, there's one part Vakama is still keeping a secret and is only choosing to tell the story of the Toa Metro's greatest failure. But that is a story for next time.
Wait. It seems like they did a lot of failing. What did they do? What was worse?
That comes next time.
So, the question I ask again, do you have what it takes to be a hero? A story of furries and seduction. Yeah, we'll get to that next time.
And we're gonna be dealing with Jace's favorite creatures.
Anyways, there we go. That was Bionicle 101 Year 4. So, we'll do Bionicle 101 Year 5 next time, which is next year. I'm tired.
Alright, same here. Alright, have a good night, guys.
Night, Ninjato.
Have a good night, Ninjato. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I never thought Bionicle 101 would be really stressful. It's like, oh man, I'm really looking forward to Bionicle 101. When it's time to do Bionicle 101. And it just boils down to, Nick, we got like 5 minutes. What's the next thing in the story? Hold on. What do you mean, hold on? My computer's shit! Which, by the way, PayPal should be letting go of the money soon, Nick, which means then most likely sometime next week we will be computer shopping. So don't you worry, Nick. We'll be computer shopping soon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Also, if you thought so much was packed in 2004.
Oh.
And Web of Shadows!
Well, I know one thing for sure is next year for Year 5 Bionicle 101, yeah, we're gonna need to, like, prepare ahead of time.
Yeah, we really need to prepare ahead of time, because, like, so, you know the story of Web of Shadows, right?
At least a movie.
That's 1/4.
1/4?
1/4!
What the hell was going on?
There's actually, right after the Rahaga actually saved the Toa Horde. You know that conversation they have about Kitangu and all that?
Yeah.
Well, they go on some adventures involving having to protect Rahi or some shit, and go on to do a couple of misadventures with that. Try and find pieces of an airship, so that way they can actually get all the Matoran. Then we have finding the Evoki. We have to sprinkle in the origin of the Rahaga. Then we get Web of Shadows. And after that... Time Trap.
Fuck, that's right, Time Trap.
Which is pretty much several pages all on its own.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, like, prepare like a week in advance for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I'll be right back. I gotta go get some things.
All right, you do that.
I need to get like a drink and some food.
Oh, go get food, man. Oh. Yeah. So, what did you think about this year of Bionicle? Not.
It's crazy. We got lush tropical paradises. We got overwhelming new police states. We got Vakama lying to us again.
Again. Dang it, Vakama.
Vakama doesn't lie because he wants to lie. Vakama lies because he worries about us.
Man. You liked it, Chelsea? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'm glad to provide entertainment for you, Chelsea. All I know is I'm taking a break from Bionicle 101. I still love Bionicle, I'm taking a break from the series till next year because, oh my goodness, cramming Bionicle, trying to prepare Bionicle 101 in literally a night and half a day is stressful. Especially when you keep pushing back the stream. It's like, okay, it's gonna beat this time. Oh shit, we're not even halfway through. We gotta push it back a bit more. Ah, fuck, it's almost time. We gotta push it back again. And we were just able to manage to get the PowerPoint done just in time. Bionicle 101's stressful. Yeah, so that's that was Bionicle 101 Year 4. Service, it was fun to listen to. Let's take only a 6-month break, so you could take it in slowly. Well, I mean, next August will be once more Bionicle month, so next August would be Year 5. But then no, next year is Bionicle 101. But then next week. After this week, next week, no, we're going back to normal. I still gotta complete Ojingle's Death Stranding. I need to grind more in Elden Ring, and if I have enough money after buying Nick's computer, hopefully I should have enough cash flow to get Sonic Adventure. Unless Sonic Frontiers comes out before I get Sonic Adventure, which in that case I want to save up for Sonic Frontiers too. There's a lot of games I need to play. And I still need to find a way to get Metal Gear Solid 2. Oh my god.
Those cheap bastards over in Japan.
I know.
I haven't put it on GOG yet.
They haven't made a PC port of Metal Gear Solid 3, so I have to literally save up to buy an actual game console so I could play that game.
News is they're making one.
They are making one?
They are making one, but it's being reported. But I guess it's a remake by a sort of, instead of, like this, they've done this twice already. Just rehire Blue Point to do this. Like, I don't know if they're only comfortable doing like consoles or whatever, but it's like they did the great work on the HD collection for the consoles. And when they had when they were gonna have Silent Hill HD collection for that, they went for a developer that's specialized only in mobile games. And Jenkins, I'm talking mobile games. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about like the Raid Shadow Legends or League of Kings or whatever.
Alright. What type of mobile games are we talking then? For your flip phone. Like Java. Java. That's what they made. Why the hell to put HD textures in this game and port it to newer consoles? Wow. Thank you, Konami. Very cool. there's a lot of games I wanna play, stream, get. Oh, there's one Bionicle game though I'm really looking forward to streaming, whenever that comes out. Is the fucking Bionicle Masks of Power. Me and Nick, like I think like last night we were watching like a gameplay trailer. This is a fan game for Bionicle. We were watching like the gameplay trailer and we're like, whoa, this looks amazing. Like not only do the graphics look amazing, but like the gameplay looks really fun, and just it also made me realize that Liwa is underrated. I slept on him. It's like it's a Bionicle game, right? Yeah, where you can control a green robot that moves like a damn monkey. Like he'll move around like a monkey, moving, like dodging side to side, crawling on all fours. Like, oh, well, damn. Well, I want to know when that game's coming out. I want to play that. Yes, Chelsea. I remember flip phones too. I'm not a zoomer. I know what flip phones are. I think I remember someone. Oh, go ahead.
No, Chelsea training season 12 years old. He's 40.
Yeah, my back hurts too. Just like a 40-year-old man. I think I remember like I don't know, someone I remember, like I don't remember which streamer it was, but they're like, you know, like aren't Nokia's flip phones? And it's like, no, Nokia's are not flip phones, you damn zoomer. Yeah, no, I'm not a zoomer. Also, Nick is taking quite a long time. Wonder if he's frying chicken in that bathroom.
No, YouTube has hey, that's pretty cool.
I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, there's a lot of games I'm looking forward to. What? And do you know when was it what's that Gundam game called? Battle Operation. When's that coming to PC?
Code Fairy?
No, not Code Fairy. It was another Gundam game. It's like Gundam Battle Operation. I think it was like
Battle. All I can think of is Battle Operation 2, but I think that should already be on.
It should already be on PC?
Like, they're not making a Battle Operation 3.
Huh. Let me look this up. Gundam Battle Operation 2 PC.
Oh yeah, no.
The Steam page still says coming soon. There's no confirmed date. Damn. I really want to try that out. I never played those type of games before. Looks fun. I'm watching the trailer right now on the Steam page. It's like, oh,
And
you're back? You're frying chicken there, boy?
no, I have pizza.
Damn, I could go for a good pizza now, man. I could really go for a good pizza. Alright.
Where's my phone?
Your
There
phone?
it is, behind me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I didn't want to end the stream until, you know, everyone was here. Except Ninjato.
Oh, I thought you already ended it.
No, I want to end with at least you here, since you know this was technically your show, so.
Oh yeah.
So you know it'd only be fitting that you be here to you know end it as well, since it was also your show. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, tomorrow, Nick. Would you be willing to sit down with me and rewatch Legends Reborn?
Sure.
All right. All right. So yeah. With that said, then everyone, there's no stream tomorrow. Next week is back to normal. Saturday is the last Bionicle related stream where it's the 2 cents live Bionicle special where we just talk about Bionicle. Lots of Bionicle. As if we haven't been talking about Bionicle already. So, that's the plan. That's the game plan. Anyways, if you can't tell, I'm tired. I immediately didn't get much sleep because I was like, okay, it's almost 6. I you know, get ready for tomorrow, along with, you know, making sure, you know, the PowerPoint's looking good. And then I woke up early to watch a Twitch stream about Bionicle.
How much did you see?
I don't know, cause admittedly, as soon as I popped it open, I fell asleep in my chair.
Ah.
I did catch a bit of the It's Always Sunny Bionicle stuff.
That's good.
I did not go to Nam just so your pansies can take away my rights. Frankie went to Vietnam to start up a sweatshop, and a lot of good men died in that sweatshop. Yeah. So admittedly, and also just admittedly, the stress of trying to get this PowerPoint ready for tonight was a bit tiring. So yeah, I'm a bit tired. I think I'm actually gonna probably call it a night after the stream, to be honest. Unless you got some other stuff you want to say. Actually, I do want to tell you one thing after the stream, Nick, since you know.
All right.
But yeah, so again, Saturday is the 2 cents Bionicle live special, and then next week is back to normal, where I'm gonna be grinding for Elden Ring. So with that said, then Taku and Nick, do you have any last words?
I do not.
Alright. What about you, Not? You got any last words?
Last words.
I see. Alright then. So, with that said then, we're gonna call it here. I'm tired. So everyone, until Saturday, I hope you all have a good night. Good night. I muted the wrong thing.